Hi everyone, this is an interesting tutorial where we will start showing the messages on the screen. So the messages that we are showing here are these chat messages, so let's comment it. And now of course we'll get some errors in the chat screen because in here we need to use the list that we need to add our messages to it. So previously here, when the user sent a message, we were doing this, and we can save this response to a list, and it will be of type chat model. So what I'm gonna do is I will copy all of this and then just add these. And now what I'm gonna do is to define a function here, and I will name it send message. Okay, so it will be a future of type void, like that, and I will name it send messages or send message fct, like that, and paste what I have. So this function, it will take the model provider as a required argument, and in here we need to remove the semicolon. Okay, so it will be like that. Now let's remove this final list, and we need to define something in the state here. So not in the build, we need to define it here so that when we set state, the value will change. So let's say list chat model, like that, and let's name it chat list, and initially it will be empty. And now this is a chat list, we can use it here and we can use it here, and for the item count we need to use the chat list dot length. And in here of course we got an error because we can access the message like that, and then we can access the chat index like that. Okay, and it is already an int, so we don't have to use int.parse. Okay, perfect. So now let's set this chat list equal to this response here. And now to affect the changes on the screen, let's call set state here, like that. And now I will restart the application, and of course this function, it needs to be used here, and we need to await it. Okay, and we need to give it the model provider, which is we have, like that. And the same thing, we need to put it for this on submitted in here. So when the user press enter, of course, the message will be sent. Now restart it again, and let's type hello, for example, and send. Now we have this loader, and then we only get the response from the bot. Okay, so let's say hello again, and let's see what will happen. Send. And now we got different response. Okay, to make it clear, hello, what is Flutter, let's say, and press enter. And now we got different response. Okay, so now we are displaying the responses on the screen, but I want to show all the messages. And in order to do that, let's get started by adding the message, which is coming from this text field. So we need to append it to our chat list. In order to do that, in here inside of the init state, we can call the chat index.add, and now we can add the value that we want. We will add a chat model, and the message will be the text editing controller.text, and for the chat index, as we agreed, it will be 0. Okay, so this is the first step. Now I will send this message. Here it is. Now it's showing here. Okay, so once it is done, our message has been replaced. And this is because we are setting our chat list like that. So what we need to do is, I will cut this, and then we can call add all here and paste our code like that. And one more final thing is that here I wanna clear my controller. Now let's restart the application and let's see what will happen. So let's send a message hello, let's say, Okay, the text has been cleared. And now our message still available here, and we have the response. Now let's say hello again, for example. Perfect. So we have the response here. Now let's say hello, like that, send. And now I need to scroll by myself to see the response. So this will be fixing it later on. So we will allow the user, we will scroll this list until the end so that the user don't have to scroll it by himself. And now I want to end this tutorial by unfocus this text. So when the user sent a message, I want to hide the keyboard just like that. And this is the purpose of the focus node. So let's initialize here a focus node. Focus node. And let's name it focus node, just like that. And now we can initialize it here, and it will be equal to focus node, just like that. Okay, now we need to dispose it. And this focus node, we need to give it to our text field. So here we need to give it the focus node, just like that. And finally, for our message here, we call unfocus. Now save. We need to restart it because this value, we are initializing it in the init state. Okay, so let's say hello and press enter. And here it is. Now we clear the text and we hide the keyboard. Perfect. So in the next tutorial, we will scroll the list to the end. And after that, we will animate this text. And after that, we will implement this using the provider state management. Okay, so I'll see you there.